Cheers. Let's see what happens. To
Chat.
10 episodes.
Last week I
cheers.
asked you to bring in your most prized collectibles from childhood. Now you will display your prized collectibles from childhood and describe the astonishing nature of their importance to you. This is Treasured Treasures. Begin.
Okay, so last week, Dudesy gives us little things to do at the end of episodes, and last week, Dudesy told me to bring in my most prized possessions from childhood for a show and tell. I'm now going to do that. So let me show you what I brought today.
Oh, boy. You've got a lot of stuff going on as a child of the 80s. I know that you're kind of a dork for a lot of different things. What are you doing there? What do you got there? Oh, my gosh. He's got a bunch of, for anyone who's not watching, he's pulled out a bunch of trading cards, playing cards. What?
These are Magic the Gathering cards.
Oh, man.
Now, for anybody who played Magic the Gathering or knows anything about it, the beta set, the second full set that was ever released back in 1993, is kind of the holy grail of Magic cards. They were the first cards that they differentiated from the alpha set because the corners were more squared in the beta set. And that squared kind of corner is what was used in every set after that. So beta is like technically the first series of cards that's like playable, tournament legal.
Well, that's really interesting that you go right to the fucking minutia of this super fucking nerdy thing. Chad, you nerd.
Now, another thing that made this is one of my beta cards. This is Mahamoti Jin, and it's a PSA graded Mint 9. And as you can also see, beta cards had these black borders, which for a little while, because after them, the main set was unlimited, then revised, 4th edition, so on and so forth, they all had white borders. So these black border cards, people all wanted them in their decks, and these became very hard to get. Because, again, this was one of the first sets ever made, and a lot of people just threw them away, put them in their fucking bikes, in their spokes to do whatever.
Unreal.
And these cards began to disappear.
Wait a minute, how old were you when these things came out? 37.
No, it was 1993. How fucking old was I, dude?
You were 16
Freshman?
and 17.
Yeah, 16, 17, that sounds about right. And my friends and I would play this shit in high school all the time. Here's like all of these. And over the course of my life, these are all the ones that I have bought off eBay that are in like their little, their little things. Some Elvin Archers. We got an Anka Mishra. We got a fucking Brain Geyser up in the house.
You got an Anka Mishra,
got
dude.
a fucking Balance. That was one of my favorite cards of all time.
You got balance.
Fucking Balance.
On balance, off balance. Doesn't matter. No, nothing
dude.
matters.
Yeah, Macho might want to read the text on that card. There you go.
Now you're trying to do the same thing that Dudesy makes us do. Yeah. Any source, you got the laminate that makes it hard to read. Yeah. Any sorcery or instant spell just cast is doubled, yeah. That's twice the power of the mega powers, yeah. Treat fork as an exact copy of target spell, except that fork remains red, yeah, red and yellow, orange and yellow. Copy and original may have different targets. I'm bored, yeah.
Yeah, dude, here's one you might like. Here's
I wouldn't have
Berserk,
liked
brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on
Why
a
don't
second.
you show that to people?
Yeah, this is...
That's
what is it?
Berserk, dude.
Yeah, this is dessert, brother. Yeah, that
Berserk.
comes after you eat dinner. Then they say, can I tempt you with a dessert? Yeah, no, I'm watching my carbohydrates. Yeah. And it says... Until end of turn, target creature's current power, yeah, doubles as it gains trample aberrability. There's a bunch of dumb words.
Okay. Well,
how many of these things do you fucking have? Now he's got a box. He has a stack of like his favorites, I guess.
Well, these are in the little cases.
Yeah, they look like
so
this
you
looks
can't
like
take them out.
It looks
Once
like an
they've been
old school. It looks like a cross between it's like the size of an old cassette, but it's in a case like a CD.
Yeah, anybody who collects cards knows all about this.
Nobody
now, the rest
nobody
of this
listening.
box, this is all my beta set. I've been trying to complete a beta set for probably my whole life, basically. And I got just in the habit of collecting it maybe 10 years ago or so. I haven't added to it in a while. I think I'm like about 50 cards shy. And most of them are the big ones. The Power 9, if you know anything about that. We're talking about the Moxen, the Black Lotus, Time Walk, Time Twister. I know it's very boring to you, but Dudesy has asked me to do this, so I will continue.
What the fuck is your problem? I'm sitting here.
I'm
sitting here like a guy.
These are some of my best cards in the set.
Around.
We got an Armageddon.
All lands in play for something. Yeah, all lands in play are destroyed.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
All lands are destroyed. That sounds something like
fucking Badlands right there. All the dual lands, if you'll remember.
It's a Bruce Springsteen Magic the Gathering card, I guess.
There's a Bayou. God damn, this is like
Creedence Clearwater
Birds of
Revival.
fucking Paradise.
What's that?
Birds of Paradise?
Yeah. It's a David Lee Roth.
Flying, tap to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool.
Just like
All right.
What's it called? Something Paradise?
Birds of Paradise.
Birds of Paradise.
Yeah.
Birds of Magic.
And then you got this.
I got a tickle.
This one is one of the best cards that was ever invented in Magic the Gathering. I'm trying to show it to the camera. There we go. And it's called Chaos Orb. This card would allow you to drop it from a certain height, and any cards that it touched in the playing field will be destroyed. And so there was lore of a guy who, in a tournament, ripped one of these cards up and spread the confetti over the entire thing and destroy the other guy's entire stash of cards.
Could you do that?
Nobody knows if that was true, or at least I don't know if that was actually true, but that was the lore. And so for these reasons, a lot of these cards got banned in subsequent sets. They stopped making them, which is why a lot of them became super valuable. I'm going to show you my prize.
Hey, you hear that? I don't know if you heard that siren over there, but if you're listening, you hear the sirens and nerd police come.
It's not,
hey,
dude.
You fucking nerd.
I mean, yeah, whatever.
So how long have you been collecting these things?
Check this shit out.
Okay.
This is my best card that I own.
Oh.
Mox Emerald. There were 5 of these, 1 for each color. If you know anything about Magic, 5 colors are kind of what it's based on.
Yeah.
And this is the green one. You can...
It's like the chakras, right?
Yeah. Kind of. Each of the colors it corresponds to a land type. So like white is plains, black is swamps, red is mountains, blue is islands, green is forests. But they put out these artifacts in beta that were 0 casting cost, meaning you could drop them on the table immediately and tap them.
What are they called?
These?
These?
Marks.
Do they ever have, like,
Marks.
you named all these different things. Do they ever have one that's like Lucky Charms, oops, all marks?
Well, there was a Diamond Mox that came out in a later set.
Mox. Dude, Mox, just like John Moxley. You know what he said?
No.
He said, before I stand side by side with anybody, I'm going to bleed with him first. That was John Moxley.
Sure, dude. I don't think you're understanding the weight of what you're witnessing right
Well,
here.
I know that they're worth a few bucks, right?
The beta set is there are very few in existence. This isn't even a complete one. I would love to complete this eventually. Unfortunately, like the Black Lotus, for example, is the most expensive Magic card ever made. The beta Black Lotus is the most expensive version of that. They existed in Alpha, Beta, and Unlimited. And every once in a while, you'll see on eBay like a highly graded beta Black Lotus floating around for like 90 grand or something.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And so like that's a card that I'm never going to have. I have to reconcile that and accept it. But this game at various points in my life has, played certain roles, I suppose. When I went to college, I was in like a Magic the Gathering fucking club, and we would go play at the Costa Mesa Women's Center every fucking Sunday. And we went to the Pro Tour when it was on the Queen Mary shit. I know you're fucking laughing, but that shit was fun, dude.
Yeah.
It was like, I find myself every once in a while being an active member of certain nerddoms. Pokemon Go was another one when that game first came out.
Yeah, man, you had
for it.
You also don't like to get. My friend Chad doesn't like to get cold, so I remember you had gloves so you could go out and do Pokemon Go in the wintertime, and you could touch the screen.
Yeah, you could still
without.
Exactly.
So while you're running around Santa Monica Pier, as it's freezing at 7:00 at night.
But these cards, to some degree, are like representative, at least to me, of this part of my childhood. It's like I also have a Street Fighter 2 arcade game sitting in my living room.
Oh,
it's a similar
right.
kind of like I just like to have this piece of my childhood that was very important to me then. I collect it now. I don't really play Magic much anymore. I have a couple of friends who still will like have games every once in a while, and we'll just fuck around. But I was hyper competitive about it in college. I was like on a team and shit.
You were what?
Yeah, dude.
You were on a team.
Yeah, dude.
Was that like an official school team? Like you'd play other schools?
It wasn't official, but I've heard now that like some high schools and shit have Magic the Gathering teams.
Oh, that's a problem. You know
Why is it a fucking problem?
Well, I'll tell you what your problem is. You have too fucking many of them, and that's what makes you a nerd.
What?
I'm just saying.
You
Look, I'm
have the whole set. You have to have the whole fucking set.
Yeah. Yeah, Magic. Yeah, the Max cards. Yeah, there's only. But if you have the Beta Max card, yeah, that's worth more. You see, that's because it's a Beta Max. The Beta Max. Nobody even gave a shit about it. Everybody was on the VHS. Nobody wanted.
Oh my god.
Nobody want to watch Hercules. My first movie.
Hercules.
Hercules. I like some dorky stuff, you know. I mean, but this is, I don't know. Am I being a jerk by saying I don't mean like I think nerds are great, nerds are cool, but
I think like we all collect shit, you know. Or
I don't.
Okay, you collect nothing.
I don't collect anything. Coffee cups. I've been collecting coffee cups lately.
So you're a coffee cup nerd?
All right, yeah, coffee cup nerd. No, I'm just saying that this is a lot. This is a lot for me to.
Oh, dude, this is like 1/1000th of my entire collection.
What?
Yeah.
Come on.
I have full sets of like a bunch of recent sets. I'll just fucking nab them. Anytime a new set comes out, I'll just like fucking pick one up off eBay. And I go through periods where I'm collecting more hardcore than I am other times, you know, whatever. But it's something that I don't know. There's a nostalgic piece of Magic cards to me that will always exist, I think. And I like them and I like having these cards.
Okay.
It was fun for me to even just like look back through these. These were in a drawer in my house. I haven't looked at them in a minute.
That's cool. Here's the, and I'm not trying to be super practical and I'm not trying to make fun of you, okay?
Thanks.
What the heck are you going to do with all those?
I don't know. Just have them, dude.
All right.
I like having them.
Yeah, but isn't it all cluttery? Don't you want to get rid of all these things? I got all sorts of crap I'd like to get rid of.
Okay.
That I can't because...
Sure, maybe I'll sell them one day. I don't know.
I got a bunch of, speaking of VHS, I got a bunch of VHS tapes that I just can't get rid of. I need
fucking VHS nerd, dude.
Hold on, dude. I got a lot of videos they don't have on the network, brother. So you got to have them on VHS and you got to have them on DVD, dude.
What DVDs and VHSs do you have that you can't get on streaming?
We don't need to talk about that. This is your segment. Okay? Cool.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Thank you. Moving on.
If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and rate and review. If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and rate and review. If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and